Good morning, colleagues, friends on Facebook, and people who hack YouTube algorithms. Doing an update on my garden. This is not part of the garden. This is what's got me out of bed at 6:30 in the morning when the cat's brought in something fun. And this is a big box full of herbs. Does anyone want some oregano? Or some thyme? Or the stinging nettle? Ow! You wee shite. Alright. Still not sure what's in there, but it's doing alright. Yeah, that stinging nettle really got me. That was nice. And I still don't know what's in here, but it's still doing just fine. More tomato plants? It's always tomato plants, as we'll see in a minute. Right, since the last video we replanted the leeks. They've all got a bit more room, and they've actually grown a bit since I last checked. Yes. Turn off my alarm. It's my good morning alarm, which is going off halfway through watering the garden. But yeah, leeks. And whatever these are. Alright, somewhere under here are some parsnips. Yeah, that's theoretically some impressive leaves on that parsnip. So they're going to be grand. And so tomatoes have taken over a bit. Back it up. So most of what you see here is just tomato plants. I'm sure they weren't even that big the last time I looked at the garden, but there's 3, maybe 5 tomato plants, and they've gone berserk. Not unprofitably. Oh, that's quite a good cluster actually. Haven't seen that. More morning glory. You can go in a special place over there, where you will not live. Hello, matey. Hello. They're having fun. Right. Any more tomato plants in here? I don't know. There's actually more plants under there somewhere, but they're a bit hidden at this point. So there's theoretically a broccoli in this film. This is allegedly a carrot. Somewhere. This is definitely a beet. I think that's coming up today to make tonight's dinner. This is our one surviving chard, which something's had a bit of a go at it. Oh well. Not as bad as that one, I guess. That's a weed. That is celery. Let's rotate around to get that in a second. So yeah, somewhere under there, more carrots, more beets, and just tomatoes galore. Yeah, celery. Nobody wants this much celery. They really, really don't. But if we did want celery, then yeah, boy howdy. The daikon radishes, it's disappointing. They were massive a few days ago, but they also all started flowering because I think a bit of competition for water with, So we had to pull most of them up, but it's pulled up a few that didn't really get a chance to get going the first time around, so maybe we'll get a few in November. No, that's you. Don't know actually, I'll come back to that. So yeah, daikon radish massacre, and then more tomatoes, I think. We don't eat that many tomatoes. I hate tomatoes. Well, raw tomatoes. Stop talking about tomatoes, right? More spinach. Popeye the Sailor Man over here. Alright, and what is either a pumpkin or a squash plant? Hang on, pour the water out. Oh, don't rip it. That's gonna like that. Apparently don't have... Oof. Don't cover up the camera lens. are you doing? Having fun over there. Anyway, we don't know if this is a pumpkin or a summer squash. We've currently only got this chap, who could go either way, frankly. It's not grown much beyond here. I hope it's still alive. It's got questions on the matter, apparently. Okay, that's our... whichever... Is this the silver birch, or is it the not silver birch? Over there, some tasty blackberries, along with weeds aplenty. And this is our unrelenting courgette factory, right? There we go. There's just one of just too many courgettes. We've been just foisting them on anyone who sits still long enough. And yeah, they've been... Hello? Yeah, someone's going to have a look. What do you see, matey? Do you see courgettes? No courgettes under there? Should probably actually have a look at that one myself. No, just green things. No, I mean, I think they've done most of what they're going to do. Can't even see what I'm waving around under here myself. More flowers. Bees are having a bit of a... I'm just showing you stalks at this point. How about another cat? What are you hunting? How much more can you be hunting when you brought in a mouse at 6:30 in the morning? You hunting a spider? Hunt down the ants and the aphids. That'll be much more useful. Right. Anyway. Yes, we've also reordered the benches so the yellow courgettes are next to each other to try and get them to fertilise. Not going so well. They're a bit stumpy. Like, I think if we pick these sooner rather than later, they might make nice mini snacks, but they're not brilliant courgettes. Right. The other... we think this is definitely a summer squash rather than a pumpkin, but he's a beauty. Look at that. Try training it up the hedge fence. Is zip. We're sponsored by Big Zip Tie at the moment. Also, yeah, all the nasturtiums that Tandy has started training up. We need to do a bit more of that with some that are escaping in there. We also need to see if we can borrow some time in there to weed whack that lot, because fucking Jesus. Right. Oh, hello. Can we see... Oh, flies. What are you? You... Can't tell what that is that? Just hold that thought. Going to find something to poke. Right. Peg. There's a stick, and that is seed pot. Oh, that was a thrilling adventure. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, yes, potatoes. So, taking off like Team Rocket, only without the failure or the anime. Also, our other plant is now feeling vastly overshadowed by Big Potato. And then all of these, again, I forget what these are. That is aubergine plants. Perils of Anglo-American communication. You think eggplant. What is it in English? Zucchini. No. And then more things in the broccoli, cauliflowery family. Yeah, it's mow next door's garden. It's yeah. A bit morning glory. I see you, you wretched little... Anyway, another big success story is a small cat running around. And some huge corn. I mean, it definitely made knee-high by the 4th of July, and has kept going. It's also got hairy for some reason. Did you touch the hairy corn? Do you touch the furry cat? No. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. Don't know what the dangly things are. are you? Seed husks? No idea. But that's going to provide lots of corn about 2 months after barbecue season ends, which is going to be really useful. Although, plenty of corn husks to make tamales. I don't quite know how to make tamales, or what tamales are. Be fun for everyone. Right, odds and sods. There we are. See a nice big, garlic? Yeah, garlic. An assortment of onions, spring onions, cat onions, and lots of Scotch bonnets, which, hang on, focus, is perplexing because I'm a man who will literally dissolve if he eats anything more spicy than a jalapeno, but here we are with just tides of super spicy Scotch bonnets. Do I keep my brother in business for a few months? He loves spicy things. Either that or he's just in, milking the YouTube algorithm, I don't know. More lettuce. Most of this goes to waste, frankly. We just can't possibly eat as much lettuce as we have growing here, so probably going to rip part this up and make compost out of it. Right, Brussels sprouts. I think the really, really big ones are the ones we bought, and the ones we planted somewhere under here? Maybe? Who knows? There's a little red thing under there. That's probably a weed. And then also under here, broccoli. You can't tell it's broccoli because we've been decapitating it to get ahead of it flowering, but it seems to have a few little headlets. What's that? That's a little headlet. Good talk. No, that's really little. Might be able to see better there. Might be able to see a little cat. Comment. Hello. Ooh, is this a camera? Ooh, camera. He's living on borrowed time. We've booked him in for his castration. Oh, little boy is for the little boy. Eee. Anyway, these artichokes. We need to plant some of this stuff. And meanwhile, what's this cool stick? Is it my wizard staff? Is that a pigeon? Wizard staff. Pigeon. Yes, I finally actually got this assembled. That's been standing outside for a year. That's been in a green bin outside for a year. And that's some string. Memento mori. Right, more artichoke. Rhodey is not coming along fast, but doesn't need to really. And that's a cat. That's another cat. Pixel, do you have any closing thoughts? No? Yeah, that's a garden. That's some sort of weed, but the bees like it, so I'm inclined to leave it alone. That's a compost bin. It smells vile at the moment, which means it must be fantastic. Yeah. Let's finish on a nice shot of Pixel again. Pixel. You didn't wake us up at 6:30 in the morning, so we like you. Ooh, Pixel. Ooh, Pixel. And that's a garden. Ooh, Pixel.